Okay, so I have to share what happened today. I was working on trying to come up with a task to do with my first year students that are in my introduction to teaching class. This is the first time I've taught the class. I inherited a lot of amazing resources from one of my colleagues, and I'm trying to kind of make it my own. And I am super comfortable teaching with a textbook, and this class has no textbook. So I've been banging my head against the wall trying to figure out how to make this work. So I decided I would turn to AI to help me. So I started with feeling like I wasn't sure that I was going to hit all of the things that I wanted to hit in the course, and to kind of make sure that like kind of where we were going was where I wanted to go. So I went to Claude. Now I've been playing with Claude a little bit, and so far I really like it. So the first prompt I gave it was, what should an intro to teaching 15-week course for first year education majors cover, provide resources for teaching? So when I opened that, it's got a whole semester of ideas. Now, I couldn't just take this and run, but I was looking for that like nugget that connected to what we were supposed to be doing this week that I could then get it to help me expand on. So the way that Claude works is it has your prompts and then some like, hey, these are other things I can do for you. And then it makes like the actual document you were kind of looking for over here. So it's pretty fantastic. It's got the course description, it's got the course objectives, it's got a weekly schedule. And so the piece that I was kind of struggling with was the role of schools in society. And so I was like, okay, let's figure out how to kind of elaborate on that idea and that topic, because everything I had been trying to come up with wasn't working. So I gave it that prompt to create a lesson about the role of schools in society. And so here it created a detailed lesson plan for the role of schools in society designed for education majors. And again, it knows already that this is first year undergraduate students because I put that in the first prompt, so I don't have to keep putting that information in there. So it explains what it was trying to do. This lesson is designed to engage future teachers in critical thinking about the complex role schools will play in society. And then it gives me some ideas. Do you want to do any of these prompts? So I open the document. It's a 75-minute lesson, undergraduate first year education majors, learning objectives, essential questions. And then I got to what I was really looking for. So it has some pre-class preparation. Students should read this and this, a local district's mission statement, and it gives me this fantastic introduction. Think about your K-12 education. Beyond academics, what did you learn? I'm like, that's brilliant. That's where I want them to start from. So I'm going to take that idea, put it into my PowerPoint, and rock and roll. So the next thing I decided to do was the next part is like this direct instruction piece so that we can talk about the core functions of schools. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I keep going, and it has this interactive analysis section. So I hadn't read Schooling in Capitalist America, so I asked it to give me some more information about that. And it gave me an overview of what that text was about. And then I wanted it to give me some more information about this particular section. And I got that just by highlighting this. And when I highlighted it, I could click that explain button. So then it automatically created this prompt and gave me this. So then it gave me an analysis of different types of schools and their characteristics. And so it made a list of all these different types of schools. It included things like the characteristics, the resources, the challenges, the student populations, the programming, etc. And so then I was like, well, let's make it turn these into case studies with questions about how each type fulfills different societal roles, referring back to the societal roles that it created in the initial lesson plan. So here it then created my case studies. So now I've got these case studies and these scenarios, and then I even had it create discussion questions to go along with them. And I realized I needed 2 more case studies, so it created 2 more of them. Then I ran out of free messages. I was like, okay, well, while I'm putting together my PowerPoint, why don't I see if I can make AI do that? So I went back to this lesson plan that it created here, and I snagged this part. topic, core functions of schools. I copied that and brought it over to Copilot. So I went to Copilot and I said, create slides for first year undergraduate education majors about this topic. And I literally just dumped it in there. It created, sure, I can help you create slides for your presentation. And I'm like, well, that's great, but it didn't actually make my slides. So I looked up what to do next. The next step, I pulled the slides that I actually wanted, copied those. I didn't need the intro. I was going to do my own intro. And then I brought them over to Copilot or to PowerPoint. Here's where it gets wild. So I have the embedded Copilot. And so what I'm going to do is actually demo this part because this was bananas. So check this out. I can say, ask Copilot. I can say, create these PowerPoint slides and dump the information from Copilot into here. It's thinking. I swear it's totally worth the wait. I'll also show you what it did the first time. Oh, I may be stealing. So it has an overview of the educational functions, exploring the academic, social, economic, and integration functions, and highlighting how education shapes communities. And that wasn't even one of my slides. It created a bonus slide this time. It then goes through the academic functions. It literally took the text that I provided and dumped it into a PowerPoint so I didn't have to make it pretty. It prettied it up. It's got the academic function, the socialization function, the economic function, the democratic principles, and the civics function, and then the social integration function. And all I had to do was take that outline that I'd already created using Copilot and dump it in. It's pretty remarkable. If you are stuck coming up with an idea for a lesson, this is a great strategy, and it'll even make your slides.